My car is starting to have these really weird electrical problems, boys. If it gets bad enough, then the Miata dream, will be real. What is the electrical issue? Just weird things on my windows rolling up and down. Sometimes when I unlock my car, the car alarm doesn't deactivate, so I have to turn the key so that the alarm doesn't go off. Like, I had to pull the fuse on my rear windshield wiper because if I plug the fuse in, it starts smoking. Although I'm pretty sure that has more to do with some wire that was fucked up in my stereo install. I asked the last guys to take a look at it, and they said that it was too complicated. The fucking dealership, fucking shitters. And I don't feel like going through all my fucking car wiring, all the stereo wiring on my own. That shit is annoying as fuck. Did you get that car work done at a dealership at first or somewhere else? The dealership that I went to has like a service department, and I use that service department. I probably should find a different one, but I don't know, dude. I'm too lazy to find out. I don't know. I feel like I just don't like I don't like service shops. They all feel like a scam to me. I'm not sure. Maybe I just haven't found a good one or whatever. I don't know, dude. They always seem like sketchy as fuck to me. I've gone into dealerships before, and I've paid for tire rotations, and I've sat in the room waiting, and they've got like a giant glass thing like where you could see the car, and I've seen like no wheel came off my car, and I still get charged for a tire rotation. Like just random shit like that. Like I don't know. I just don't trust car shops that much. I guess I'm too lazy to go like look for one. My service department for my car's dealership blows. I mean, I don't know, they do decent work. It's pretty fucking expensive, but I get a free rental every time. Yeah, dude, that's a big fucking meme to me. I wish I knew enough, but spinning rotors on your own is like really fucking difficult. You ever notice that? Like, it seems like depending on where you go, every single time, like you're driving, and then maybe you push your brakes one day, and then you hear like a bad noise. You hear like that kind of that scraping noise when you know you're out of brake pads, right? And maybe you're like, oh shit, if you hear it immediately, the next day you go into the dealership like, yo, dude, like my brake pads are down, like I need new brake pads, right? And you're like, oh well, we looked at your car, and unfortunately you've worn the rotors absolutely to nothing, and the brake pads actually destroyed your clutch and your entire crankshaft, and your whole motor is fucked, and everything is destroyed, and you probably need a new exhaust. Like, what the fuck, dude? You ever notice that like every time you go in for new brake pads, like, well, you actually need new rotors too? Like every single time, like, I don't know if I buy that, dog. There were a few times with my fucking Neon, because like brake pads are something you have to have, right? You have to have brake pads, right? You can't not have brake pads, right? But it seemed like every time I would go into the shop, like if my brake pads were down to nothing, they'd always say, like, hey, by the way, your rotors are completely fucked too. And I'd be like, just throw on new brake pads and we'll be good. And I never had a problem. I mean, I guess maybe I could just be lucky, obviously. It's just anecdotal maybe, but if you bought an automatic, you wouldn't have these problems? I'm pretty sure the brake systems have nothing to do with whether it's an automatic or manual. Brake pads usually have pieces in it that squeak before they metal on metal grind. Yeah. No, that's true. Usually the last whatever part of an inch of the brake pad should let you know that they're running low rather than actually pressing raw pads or unpadded brake pads into the fucking rotors, but... We had to take our car to the dealership multiple times for an electrical problem, and they didn't fix it until the third time. Seems like a lot of them have no idea what they're doing. I had a problem. Oh my god. I had a problem with my Dodge Neon for the longest fucking time. For the longest time, my speedometer would just stop working for no fucking reason. I'd just be driving, my speedometer would stop working for no fucking reason. I had no fucking idea why, and it drove me crazy. And I took this thing into the dealership like 2 or 3 different times, right? Because my uncle was friends with the guy, so sometimes they would look at the car for free, and they would look at the car, and like no one was ever able to diagnose the fucking problem. And there were a couple of times where like I paid them, I got a free diagnosis the first time, and then I took it in 2 more times to see if they could look at it, and they would never fucking look at it, dude. Or they would never know what the problem was. They would always like fix a random thing or change a random part, and it would never fucking fix it. And it was the most annoying fucking thing in the world. And I found out on my own by like sheer luck when I started doing my car stereo stuff like a year later that all you had to do is push on the fucking dashboard or I'm sorry, not the dashboard, the instrument cluster. You push on it and it would cause the problems to stop. It was just loose. Like you can take the whole assembly off and there's a contact or whatever that had to make in the back and it was just loose. Oh my fucking god, dude. Fuck that shit. Once I had, yeah, I don't know, dude. I'm not sure. Customize, yeah, let's do that.
今日のご注文は
Dude, any play. Dude, that should be like, we should make like assassination missions. If you have a car shop, can we do, hold on. Oh, I can't bring my thing up. Okay, hey, real quick, okay? Let me just tell you this, okay? Don't ever pay for somebody to tell you what the check engine light is. That shit, if your shop even fucking charges for it, fucking blow that place up and find a different shop. That's some bullshit. Don't ever fucking pay somebody to pull a fucking OBD code off your car. If you go to any kind of AutoZone or not AutoZone, maybe AutoZone, Napa Auto Parts, Advanced Auto Parts, any of these car shops, you literally go up to the counter and ask them for a device, and you can pull the code for free. You never pay somebody. When they're pulling that code, when you get a check engine light, what happens is you got a port on the bottom. Usually it's like bottom left of your steering wheel. I think it's the OBD2 port. You plug something in, and then that machine or the little device will spit out a number, and then you look up the number in a book, right? And that's all they do to tell you what the problem is. People charge fucking $70, $80 for that shit. That's literally like the fucking geek squad of car mechanics. That's some bullshit. Do you change your own oil then? No, fuck that shit. What? That shit is way too fucking annoying. Where you can pay somebody $30 or $40 to do it? No way, dude. I think it's legitimate to pay. I think that most car work on electrical work is probably legitimate to pay somebody for. I think. When you're talking about like changing oil or changing brake pads, that shit is just annoying as fuck. It's annoying, and people don't charge that much of an overhead for those kinds of jobs. So I don't know. I think it's worth paying for. I would never change my own oil. I don't think it's worth the time. I don't have a place to dispose of the oil either. Changing your oil takes like 5 minutes. I mean, it might, but what do you do with the oil? And you get dirty as fuck. You gotta take a fucking shower afterwards, so that's like another 15 minutes onto it. Like, eh. Destiny the man, too lazy to basic car keep up. What? My car is upkept on fucking every piece of maintenance, dog. I got my fucking timing belt water pump replaced at 100,000 miles. Made, please. Mechanically, my car is still perfectly sound. It just has some electrical problems because it's a fucking Volkswagen. The EPA is abolished, just flush it down the place. Most car parts places have auto disposals. Yeah, but like if you're gonna drive to a place to do the fucking disposal and all that shit, like I don't know. Maybe because I'm privileged as fuck, I don't mind paying somebody $20 to $30 to do my oil. You have a GTI Golf? Yeah, 2006. I think it's the Mark 6, I think. Be someone that actually knows about something for once. Don't get listened to. I'm listening to you, dog, but I'm telling you that I would rather pay somebody $20 or $30 or $40 to do my oil than do it myself and have to drive somewhere else to drop it off. Like, I don't know, that's not worth it for me. Fuck that shit, dude. Alright, for most people, they make enough money to pay somebody $40 to change their oil. I'm trying to save the economy, dog. Do you think I'm gonna put these mechanic shops out of business? Destiny, that code may not mean shit, it just points in the general direction of the problem. Okay, sure. But what does that have to do with what I said earlier? The code will typically tell you the general direction of the problem. It might not tell you exactly what's going on. Sometimes the codes are vague as fuck, right? But what I'm telling you is that car dealerships or car auto shops sometimes will charge you just to pull the code, not to do an in-depth diagnostic. So somebody might charge you $80. If you go to the car shop, they'll charge you $80 to give you the code. They'll say, okay, well, we checked out the check engine light, and it says, there might be an electrical problem, right? And then they'll charge you $150 to do an electrical systems diagnostic, right? Like, that's what I'm saying, that they'll charge you just to pull the code. It may not mean shit. If it was just an O2 sensor or tire sensor, we wouldn't charge. That's cool if your shop wouldn't do that. But I mean, I'm not going to go into a place if they tell me that they're going to charge and hope that they don't charge. Can't you go to AutoZone or Advanced Auto Parts and have them pull it for free? Yeah, sure. Yeah, of course. They're generally always vague as shit, but yeah, if it costs $80, that's because they also diagnose. No reputable place charges for a code, but they won't just pull a code. They want to do the whole I mean, I've gotten charged $75 before at an Amco Auto Parts or at an Amco shop on 2 different occasions. One was to tell me that an O2 sensor was bad, and the other one to tell me was that there was a problem with the catalytic converter. Like pretty much like straight O2 codes. Like because later on I bought I bought a Haynes manual for the car when I started to do electrical work, the stereo shit for the car. I bought the Haynes manual so I could take apart whatever I needed to, and then I had access to all of the error codes. And like I saw that like they literally just pulled the error code and then told me and then charged for that. Like I don't know, maybe if your shop doesn't do it, that's sick as fuck. That's awesome that they don't. I mean, I have personal, I hate to do the anecdote thing, but I have personal experience of them charging for literally just pulling the code, which feels slimy as fuck. Not straight piping your car? What does that mean, no catalytic converter? I think that's I don't know if that's a federal thing or not, but I think it's illegal in all 50 states to not have one, right? I'm quite think generally does bigger jobs. Maybe they want to chase you off with small work like pulling codes. I don't know. That doesn't make a lot of sense. So, yeah, I don't know. You end up going into a new shop being combative as fuck. Yeah, but I don't like the idea of, like, fighting with the mechanic, being like, hey, yo, dude, you're not going to scam me, right? Like, the sports exhaust was cheaper than the regular, so his car sounds sick as shit. Dude, I don't think you... I feel like... I see cars that do that sometimes, where people will do that shit where they get like the upgraded exhaust and shit. I think that if you're gonna get a sick sounding exhaust, I think you have to upgrade enough of your car for it to match. Like if your car is completely fucking stock and you have some crazy exhaust that's probably giving you like fucking 7 horsepower but makes it sound like an insane car, I don't like nothing is more embarrassing than flooring a car, having it making like an amazing sound, but then you don't really move anywhere. I don't know, dude. I've seen like a lot of cars that do that. Or like the really like, have you seen like the really shitter beat up fucking racers where some guy will have some rusted as fuck Honda Civic, but it'll have like that, you'll see like that shiny as fuck chrome exhaust out the back or whatever, and as soon as he hits that gas, it's like, vroom, 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 like that, but it's like, like not going anywhere. I don't know, dude. I feel like it looks embarrassing. I drive a 94 Honda Accord with 400,000 miles on it. 400,000 miles in 20 years. Is that reasonable? 20. That's a lot of miles. It's like 20,000 a year. That's quite a bit, no? Destiny, stop talking about cars. You're excluding a lot of female viewers. Yeah, that's true, dude. Because I'm sure all of the fucking guys that sit on their computer all day long are car aficionados in my chat. Nice meme, huh? A nice meme, Nocto!